Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be unboxing the Lenovo Tab P12. So quick specifications on this are 12.8 7-inch screen, metal unibody design, 4 speakers, and it has 2 cameras. So if we just get straight into the unboxing, just cut through these little stickers here, holding the lid down on the sides, flip it around, and we have the tablet itself sitting here on top in this like paper sleeve. You can see some stickers there on the tablet, but we'll have a look at that in a second. So let's just see what else we get in the box. So we got a Tab Pen Plus quick start guide. So we get a stylus with this tablet. We got a SIM ejecting tool, the quick start guide for the tablet. It shows you how to power it on and stuff. This, I need to find out what that is. And then the safety and warranty guide, and then we have the stylus here itself, but we'll have a look at that later. So far unboxing has been pleasant. Nice little compartments with all the accessories in. We have the USB-C charging cable, seems a decent length, and then the UK 3-pin plug. So let's just pop that back in and we'll get this out of the way. So we can see some like glyphs on the side to show you what the buttons are and stuff, but we'll just peel back this sticky tab on the back here. And then here's the tablet, so we can see 12.7-inch screen, 3K resolution. So if we just quickly look at the design and build, we've got a nice big screen up on the front, and it comes in these 2 colors, grey and oat. And then we can see on the side we got the volume rocker buttons. On the bottom we have the pogo pin connectors, which are 3-point pogo pins, so you can connect your keyboard and stuff. And then we have the speakers on the side. We have the USB Type-C charging port, and then on this left side we have the power button with the fingerprint reader, and then 2 speaker grills there. We also have the slot to insert your SD card. Around the back we can see this nice kind of 2-tone metal design, Lenovo branding on the left. We got the magnet for the stylus there. So if we just have a quick look at that, it's the charging port for the stylus, and then the flat side of the pen is what sticks to the tablet, and it's quite strong, I have to say, so that's not going to come off if it's not intentionally taken off. And then we have some branding here, Dolby Atmos, JBL speakers. Around the front we have a 13 megapixel camera, ultra wide, and then on the back we have an 8 megapixel camera with your flashlight, and feels nice. I mean, most tablets nowadays are being made with this aluminium unibody design, but you know, it does feel good in the hands. And then we can see this kind of gunmetal grey finish for the Lenovo branding. So this is just a list of all the sensors that come with the tablet. So we've got accelerometer, orientation, gyroscope, light sensor, we've got gravity sensor, step counter, motion trigger sensor. So it's packed with sensors. So let's just jump straight into the display. So we're working with a refresh rate of 60 Hz on this, 12.7 inches, 3K, so LTPS LCD, 273 ppi, max brightness of 400 nits. So we can have a look at that here. And then if we pull it all the way down, you can see it dims, not totally dark, but dim enough. And then if we just jump in your settings, we have your usual kind of settings here, adaptive brightness. We got adaptive color environment, so that's more like ambient lighting, video quality enhancement. We got screen color mode down here, and that you can pick from standard or vibrant, or you can choose your own hue from the picker below. We got a night light, which will obviously just kind of give the screen a warmer tone. It's easier on the eyes. And then reading mode, which will kind of mute the screen, so you can use black and white effects or you can use color effects. So ideally if you're doing a lot of reading on the tablet. And then we have your generic kind of settings: screen timeout, locking screen, the screensaver, display size and text, things like that. And in more display settings we just have lift awake. We'll turn that one on. So this tablet supports L1 for wideband, so it's going to play the highest resolution possible for the device. Then we'll just have a look at some footage. So this is just one of my videos on YouTube. And then supports HDR, but I couldn't see if the tablet actually does have support HDR, but this 4K footage does look really nice. It's the pictures and footage comes across really sharp. If you just kind of put it full screen. Viewing angles are not bad. I mean, there's a slight shift in the brightness, so it dims a little bit, but nothing drastic. And then if you just do some screen tests to see color reproduction, a grayscale test, some HD pictures, look nice and sharp. And this is another grayscale test. So we'll just play some more footage here. Good old Community. Highly recommend it if you have watched that. It is a pleasant experience for media consumption on this tablet, I have to say. Nice big screen, plenty sharp. We'll just have a look at Google Sheets, so if you want to be using this for productive or studying purposes. And then we'll just play some Marvel Infinity War. So if we jump straight into performance and just have a quick look, we can see it's a MediaTek Dimensity 7050 chip we're working with. We have 8GB of RAM, and then for benchmarking, these are the scores for Wildlife and Wildlife Extreme. So respectable, but what we would expect from this chip. Here's the Geekbench score, 974 on the single and 2398 on multi-score, which is respectable. Nothing that's going to blow anything out of the water. And then on the PC mark, we got a work performance score of 11,256 and a storage score of 27,332, which again is respectable. And I'll just show you some examples of gaming. So we can see on Call of Duty Mobile, we can set it to max refresh rate, but then it's limited on the graphic quality, but we'll just change that to high and then play some games. Looked really nice on here, big screen game. I mean, I'm a fan of, and for me it looked really good. I didn't notice any frame rate dropping or, you know, stuttering, lagging. And then we'll play a graphic intense game here. So we can set this to ultimate, and then we got high refresh rate, which is also allowed, and then high for all the other settings in the game, so that's good to see. And again, gameplay on this game was absolutely fine. Might have been one or two instances where the frame rate kind of dropped a little, but this is graphically intense game. And then just generally browsing around the tablet, not a problem. Maybe takes a second or two for the apps to load, but nothing drastic. What you would expect for a chip like this, which is mid-range, I guess. And then if I just kind of do some multitasking, just pop these windows into floating windows, and we can see we're just running a bunch of them and it's working, you know, absolutely fine. All still perfectly usable. And then for split screen, same thing, and you can have floating windows on top, so really good for productivity. But these tablets are aimed for that. So if we move on and just have a quick look at the stylus, I found it a joy to use. There wasn't much latency with the pen to screen, maybe few milliseconds, but generally worked absolutely fine. What you would expect from a stylus, nothing that's going to blow anything out the water, but we have, you know, a floating option here, a little pop-up when you click the button so you can pick from quick actions. So for software side of things, we're working with Android 13 and we promised 2 major OS upgrades and 4 years security patches, so that's good to see. And it's just your normal software that you'd get with Lenovo. So you have customization options, a bunch of different themes you can pick from. And then you have theme colors, so you have different palettes you can pick. If we just jump into more connections, we've got a bunch of different connection options here. You can cast, so you can enable wireless display. You can customize your notifications and control center, which are all features built into Android 13, so you can dial right into those if you wanted. You can have the classic or the new control center, whichever you prefer. And then Lenovo have One Vision, which kind of makes better app compatibility. So you have floating window, full screen window button, which allows apps to be used full screen. And then you can turn on or off whichever app you want that to use. And again, just pleasant experience using this clean OS, nothing overbearing. I didn't notice much bloatware. And then we have this floating dock at the bottom. And then we also have Lenovo Freestyle, which basically allows you to cross-platform connect to other devices. So this device management collaboration, you can create a device ecosystem, various devices, tablets and PCs, and then you have compatibilities to screen sharing, app streaming, or Lenovo FreeDrop. So for security, this tablet has a fingerprint reader, and then you have your normal passcode and face recognition. Fingerprint reader was absolutely fine, it takes less than a minute to set up, as you would normally do on any fingerprint reader. And once that's done, it would unlock within, I would say, a second, maybe less. So nothing drastically fast, but does the job. So for audio, this tablet's got quad JBL speakers which are Dolby Atmos tuned. So we'll have a quick listen at those. And then if we just jump into settings, we can go and alter the Dolby Atmos mode we're playing. So we can choose from dynamic, movie or music, and it'll just kind of adjust the equalizer to make whatever you are currently listening to or watching sound a bit better. So, you know, we have detailed, balanced, warm, so we'll just kind of check these out. For power saving mode in the battery settings, which allows you to just get a bit more out the tablet if you turn on performance mode. But generally with my usage, it was absolutely fine. I ran some Geekbench here, so this is just the CPU, and then you see we've got 476 and 1508 for the So for battery, this tablet is rocking a 10,200 mAh battery and supports 30 watts quick charging. We can see we have your normal options in the battery settings. So you have battery saver, you have charge optimization, so protect your charging, battery maintenance mode. You kind of have detecting battery drain, so it helps you optimize the tablet to get better battery life. So your standard features built in to further help your battery. We have a nice temperature up at the top to kind of keep an eye on that, and then just activity here, so like it just shows you graphs of where your battery life has been, and then obviously your apps that you've been using. And if you click into them, you can alter the battery consumption to unrestricted or optimized or restricted. And then I ran some tests. So this was with 50% brightness on PC Mark, we got 10 hours, and then this was with 100% brightness, so half of what you would get, which is reasonable. So for cameras, whoever uses these, if you're using them for conferencing or video calls, the front camera is quite good on here. It's a 13 megapixel camera, but we have a quick look at the different options we have. So central portrait, video, camera, AI scan, and then if we just jump in the settings, you just find your normal stuff in here. Camera sound, volume button function, if you want to add a watermark, reference lines, and front camera mirror. And we can see front camera, we can actually record at 4K 30 frames per second, so that's good to see. And rear camera, the highest is 1080p at 30 frames, but again it's prioritized for the front. And here's the rear camera, not too good in my opinion, but again, rear cameras are not really focused on in tablets. You can see some general footage outside. So in conclusion, I think this tablet, for the price, it might seem slightly priced higher for some people coming in at £350 here in the UK, but for me the screen is really nice and sharp, displays good footage, it's good for media consumption, the speakers on here are really good, they sound loud, not too much distortion on the higher levels, and the tablet feels nice and lightweight in the hand. It definitely would be usable for long periods of time, and I think for productivity it's really good. The stylus is nice, it's responsive and gets the job done. So if you're looking for something which is sturdy, good build design quality, good speakers, really nice front facing camera for video conferencing and things like that, then I would definitely check this out. I have linked in the description if you wanted to have a look. Thank you for watching guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.